What is going on, my fellow geeks?
3 movies with elves and a guy with a white beard.
Not a lot of people accept it as canon.
2022 will be the year of Star Wars.
Well, I have more than just one piece of geek news.
I have been Isaac Hunter.
Which is like high culture, but better. What is going on, my fellow geeks, and welcome back to Raving Geeks, your weekly pop culture podcast from Central Michigan Life, where we discuss all things geek culture, which is like high culture, but better. If this is your first time joining us, make sure you follow the CM Life Instagram and Twitter pages for updates on the podcast, and look for us wherever you find your podcast, including Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and on our website at www.cm-life.com. My name is Brendan Valentine, and I'm joining you from what I believe is the command deck of the Death Star. And I'd like to thank you all for joining me and my fellow co-hosts this week, who will introduce themselves in a second with our question of the week. This week's question is, who is your favorite Muppet?
Okay.
I can go first and give my little spiel.
Okay, you go first.
Yeah, my favorite Muppet, if we're including Sesame Street characters as Muppets, has got to be Big Bird. Because I love Big Bird. I always identified with Big Bird because I've always been tall. I was like, yeah, that's Big Bird. And there's a lot of good lessons to learn from Big Bird and how to be patient and kind. And I just love Big Bird. But if we're not including Sesame Street characters, I like Statler and Waldorf. Of course, they're sassy.
Good answers. Hello, Isaac Hunter here. My favorite Muppet is my boy Rolf the dog. Rolf, who I believe was the first Muppet made, he's our lovable piano player. He's got a gruff voice. He constantly talks about his ex-wife. He's like, hey, it's okay. I don't know why, I really like him. It's the same reason I really like Slinky Dog in Toy Story. He's my favorite toy. I guess I just I hover over to dogs. But I don't know. I've always liked Ralph, especially because they never give him a big part. He's just in the background. He's there playing the piano one scene. But in the one with Jason Segel, the Muppet movie, when they all they have to get the Muppets. There's all these shots, and he goes, "Hey, what about my video?" And they're like, "What do you mean?" And then it cuts to them going, "Hey, Ralph, we're bringing the Muppets back together." And he goes, "Okay." He's just perfect. All right, take it away.
All right. Hi everyone. I am Hope Gooderl. If you are watching and see 2 pointy black ears or anything, this is my cat Loki. He's deciding to join tonight. My favorite Muppet, I'm gonna go with either Elmo or the Swedish Chef. Elmo for if we can do Sesame Street, because all of the stuff that has come out with Rocco and the sounds on TikTok with Rocco and Zoe, and then everybody analyzing how Elmo can make that certain facial expressions when he's just one single facial expression all the time, has been amazing to watch. But also I watch Elmo a lot because of my nieces loving Elmo when they were younger, and but the Swedish Chef because I love how he just throws random things over his shoulder and there's no consequences even when it's a knife. You hear something crash, but come on, I'm just getting rid of it. So
Alrighty, well, thank you very much. And to get started, per usual, we have our geek news of the week. So would anyone like to go first?
I'll go first. This is geek news having to do with the inner geek in all of us, which is dinosaurs. Because deep down we were all dinosaur kids. You can't deny it. You can say that you weren't, but everyone has a favorite dinosaur. Mine is a Triceratops. But some more exciting news in the dinosaur world, paleontology world, I believe is what some people call it, is that the remains of a 170 million year old flying reptile was discovered as the first of its kind. It was discovered on the Isle of Skye in Scotland. And it's got this big flat head. And it's just pretty darn cool. I'm not even that big of a dinosaur geek, but every time I see a new dinosaur, I'm like, man, I love this. Secrets of the past on Earth, hidden treasures.
Did you know that they didn't discover dinosaurs until after the United States became the United States? So most of the founding fathers didn't know that dinosaurs existed,
Yep.
and
After
we let
George
them write our
Washington died.
laws.
Yep.
George Washington was the last dinosaur to die. It was only then could they find him. Actually, if you do want to get interesting, you should look up like the whole like bone war about dinosaurs in like the 1800s. It's basically like all these different people jumping on the dinosaur train to the point where so many dinosaur skeletons were created out of random parts. Like it's insane. Which it's kind of in Pokemon. There's the gen that has the
Gen 8 has, yeah,
and it's a reference to that. Pretty cool.
which I think is hilarious because that's the generation based off of the United Kingdom.
Exactly. And you know what? I always see people do like art where they like put the original dinosaurs back together. And they would look so cool. But now I have a guy with big old hips and a tiny little front, a sniveling nose. Okay. Sorry.
It's perfect. Alrighty, well, I have two pieces of geek news. Two trailers dropped since we last filmed an episode. One for The Boys Diabolical, which is an animated series placed in the Boys universe. From the trailer, it looks like we're getting returning characters such as Black Noir, Homelander, and Billy Butcher. But we're also getting some new characters and heroes, and it's kind of like animated in the style of like Rick and Morty. So I'll be interested to see how everything goes, and that'll be coming to Amazon Prime on March 4th. So not long after, before we record the next episode, first of this podcast, first episode of The Boys Diabolical will be out. The second for the fans of the show Letterkenny that is on Hulu and Crave if you're in Canada, a spin-off series will be coming out called Shoresy, focusing on the character named Shoresy from the show, whose face we never saw throughout the 8 seasons of the show that he was in. And in this trailer, we see his face. So it's weird because he's played by the same main character as the main character from Letterkenny. So
I remember watching an interview about that. Not about that, but about the guy that created Letterkenny, and like of all the characters, like his backstory was he was one of the hockey guys, and I love that. It's like you think because he plays like the farmer guy, like type archetype, that he was one of them, but no, he was a hockey dude, and that's like Shoresy's like based on his experiences. I think that's pretty cool.
All right. Well, I'll go off of the geek news of trailers coming out. So first, we've got a Chip and Dale reboot called Rescue Rangers, and actually, it's not a reboot; it's a comeback. That's what the poster says. And it's going to be on Disney Plus on May 20th. The voices of Chip and Dale are going to be John Mulaney and Andy Samberg. So it's already iconic. As far as other reboots, we are getting another Cheaper by the Dozen, but this time with, hold on. Let's see, where is it? Gabrielle Union and what's his name? He was on Scrubs. Where is it? History. I need to look in history real quick. There we go. I watched too much YouTube apparently to get this to stay where I want it to. All right, we're just doing this way. Gotta look it up. Sorry, I should have had this like screenshotted and I did not. Here it is. Okay. Zach Braff and Gabrielle Union are going to be playing Paul Baker and Zoe Baker, and they are 2 separate families that come together and get married, and it's about that and all the chaos that ensues, and it looks absolutely amazing so far. But in the trailer on YouTube I watched, I was like, there's only 10 kids, and you say Cheaper by the Dozen, so where are the other 2 coming in from? Unless they're counting the parents, or I miscounted.
The movie will end with Zoe Baker giving birth to twins.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. Um, in other news, Tom Holland has been beating some records lately with Spider-Man No Way Home, by officially beating Avatar to become the third grossing movie at domestic box office. So now the domestic box office now stands at, as of February 15th, at $760.9 million, surpassing Avatar's $760.5 million. So in order of ranking, it goes Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, Avengers Endgame, and then Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, this wasn't Tom Holland's only like top box office grossing movie. Uncharted top box office charts with a $44 million debut over the weekend. And so, yeah, he's having a really good like time with all of his movies coming out. And continuing with movies, final thing for movies is Star Trek is reuniting J.J. Abrams and Chris Pine's crew for a fourth film, which for the Star Trek series, of course. So we've got Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Zoe Saldana, Carl Urban, John Cho, and Simon Pegg are going to be returning to the Enterprise. And then Matt Shakeman is going to direct the film. The film is poised for a late 2022 filming production to start. So I'm super excited. Of course, we won't have Chekhov, sad face, because he was like my favorite character. But you know, we can move forward. We can still make an awesome movie. Moving into TV shows, SEAL Team, which was a CBS show, is now going to be a Paramount Plus movie. And then NCIS is getting another spinoff, but it's going to be an international spinoff with NCIS Sydney. So Sydney, Australia. So I'm really looking forward to that. We get a new team and crew. And finally,
Oh, crikey, I guess we have to solve all this crime.
I mean, you got to have international NCIS. With how many naval bases we have, come on.
Oh, so they're like U.S. citizens in Australia?
Yeah.
So they're not going to be like, crikey, we're going to go solve some crimes.
I mean, they're going to have to interact with the local police departments in Australia's law enforcement sometimes. So, of course, we're going to have Australian accents. I mean,
cool. I can't wait for this to air and for me to get beat up by some Australians.
And finally, Percy Jackson continues moving forward. Rick Riordan posted that he and his wife sat in on some chemistry readings for Percy, Annabeth, and Grover. They were scouting locations for Percy Jackson to film, and he had on, he says, crampons on. He posted a picture, and it basically looks like spikes that he put on the bottom of his hiking boots, to go hiking and see like where to film and everything. So I'm super excited that this is moving forward, and I cannot wait for this to come out on Disney Plus, even if it's a bunch of 12-year-olds, because this book series was like,
yeah, let's not say that to have people clip that out of context.
Oops, yeah. 12-year-olds for a reason, because book characters are 12 years old.
Yeah, I hope that they're right to their age.
Yeah, love Logan Lerman and Alexandra Daddario, and can't remember who played Luke and Grover, but you know, they were too old for the characters.
Yeah. Good actors.
Yeah.
Poor writing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They should have played them, you know, like 10 years later.
Yes. Like, you know, when they're doing the Roman camps and everything, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Heroes of Olympus. Yeah.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well then, so recently, I mean not recently, it was last year technically. I saw a TikTok where they recast the Rocky Horror Picture Show with Muppets. And I thought that was hilarious. So I thought today on Raving Geeks, we would recast some of our favorite franchises with Muppets. Just to give credit where credit is due, the TikTok account was at Rocky Horror TikTok. If any of you wants to see the original TikTok, but we spent the last since we recorded amount of time going through the list of Muppets and figuring out which Muppets would work best in franchises. So the rules for Muppifying these franchises is that we get to keep one human character, and we can choose to keep the actor or recast them as we see fit. All of the unnamed extra characters will remain human as well, but the rest of the named cast is Muppets. So we have to decide which Muppets will work best in these roles, which humans will have the best on-screen chemistry with the Muppets. We'll try to keep it to like the main Muppets, but we will be including the Sesame Street Muppets as well because I believe they're made by the same guy, Jim Henson. At least made the puppets. I personally would like to get started with Star Wars, unless there are any objections.
Yes. No,
Go
go
Okay.
ahead.
There was a couple ways I thought we could do this. We could either keep the human character throughout all 9 movies. We could keep a human character per trilogy, but it has to be a character that's exclusive to that trilogy. Or we can pick one character that's exclusive to each movie and go that way. So what do y'all think on that?
So I had a human character in mind, but he's only in, well, they are only in one of like the trilogies. So I don't know.
Well, which character do you have in mind?
Samuel Jackson as Mace Windu.
Okay, that'd be cool.
I know I know normally they like follow a human character, but I just couldn't put a Muppet in that place, and I thought it would be perfect.
Okay, I could see that. My argument, if we were going to do it by trilogy, was for the prequels. There be no humans in Phantom Menace, but all the clones are the same because they're all played by Tamura Morrison.
Yes. Oh, that's actually brilliant. So
And
Jango
technically Jango Fett would also
Fett
be.
and Boba. Oh,
Well, because Tamura Morrison didn't play Boba Fett in the
Yeah.
original trilogy, so.
yeah. Yes.
So what do
That's
you
kinda funny.
think, Hope?
I mean, does Darth Vader or any of the stormtroopers truly count as being actual humans if you never see their face?
For Darth Vader, I just figured we put the Muppet in a Vader costume.
Okay.
I had an idea
And
for
then
Vader.
and like a mask that looks like their face.
Yes. My assumption too is if we cast a Muppet character in one of the trilogies, that character will still be that Muppet will still be that character in the next trilogy, if they come to the next trilogy.
I mean, I
If we're-
guess also, are you considering Chewbacca a Muppet? Like Google considers Chewbacca a Muppet.
I see that, but I had in mind putting a Muppet as Chewbacca.
I also had in mind putting a Muppet as Chewbacca.
Okay. Just
So, if we're gonna do a character that lasts all 9 movies, my hat in the ring for that one is R2-D2. But they're not a human.
I had a similar thought. Yeah. They're not a human. It's just R2-D2.
In theory, we could also do the Emperor.
That would be funny, but it's also funny to see someone as the Emperor
Yes.
do their lines.
Wait, do you have in mind who I think you have in mind for the Emperor?
You probably don't. Probably not.
Okay.
I'm
All
swinging
right.
it in from left field. Unless it's the exact same thought you have, then.
All right. I'm going to run through my plan, and we'll see if y'all have any like completely different plans or if we had some of the same thoughts. So, my plan for starting with the prequel trilogy, the human I'd like to keep for the prequel trilogy, I liked Isaac's idea. We'll keep Mace Windu because he's technically in all 3 movies, but it's really funny because he's only in like 2 scenes in the first one.
Yeah.
We'll keep Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu. But then Anakin Skywalker is played by Kermit the Frog in the prequel
Okay.
trilogy. Padme is played by Miss Piggy. Obi-Wan Kenobi, this is where I feel like this might be weird, is played by, where'd he go? Oh, Obi-Wan's played by Walter, if you remember from, I only know him from the movie.
Oh, the human? Yeah.
Yeah, the
Not
human
but
looking Muppet.
the human's brother.
Yes. And then Qui-Gon Jinn is played by Rizzo the Rat.
Oh, what a
And
beautiful man.
Animal plays Darth Maul. It's
not
because
bad.
so
Yeah.
it is like my main casting. But then my vision, these characters go through, if we're replacing Jango Fett, I wasn't sure who to go with on that one. But then for Count Dooku, I didn't know how to make this work because I want Count Dooku and the Emperor to be Statler and Waldorf. But then they can't be paired because they're not in all the movies together. Oh, wait, never mind. Oh, I just had a great idea. Statler and Waldorf throughout all the movies are R2-D2 and C-3PO.
There you go. That's a good solution.
They're just talking about it.
Beep beep beep.
They're just force ghosts in the background the entire time. Okay.
So, but then when this goes into the original trilogy, Luke Skywalker is played by Robin the Frog, who I believe is Kermit's nephew, I think. And Kermit is still Darth Vader.
Of course.
So then, where am I going with this? What's her name from Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem?
Janice.
Janice is Leia.
Okay. I want you to know that I'm the exact opposite with Padme and Leia. I have them opposite.
Okay.
I have Piggy
Janice
as Leia and Janice as Padme.
See, I have to put Piggy as Padme because I have Kermit as Anakin.
Yeah, exactly. And I have Kermit as Han Solo. So
we can... I like that.
I just thought Janice would. I just think that Janice being such she's so I don't know, airhead. I don't want to say airhead. She's just kind of yeah, man. But her doing all the love romance scenes. I don't know.
See, I think when I think Padme, I think Clone Wars Padme, and I feel like she's in your face enough to be Miss
cool
Piggy.
Now. She's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Did either of you say Gonzo or Han Solo? Isaac, you didn't say Gonzo or Han Solo.
I have not put Gonzo yet because I haven't told you that I want Gonzo as the Emperor.
Oh.
His little nose
peeping out of the hood. That's just what I'm waiting for. I don't know how to cast Yoda, unfortunately.
Okay. I didn't either, but I put, you know how this is obviously a big stretch. Because Yoda in the original was played by Frank Oz, who played he did Fozzie Bear, he did a bunch of voices. And
Sam Eagle.
Puppet was exactly. It's the American way. And the puppet was made by Jim Henson. So I thought it'd be funny if Puppet Yoda played Yoda, where there's CGI
Yoda,
Puppet Yoda now again instead.
I was gonna say when I don't know if you guys watch Jeff Dunham, but when all of a sudden Peanut has a tiny peanut.
Oh yeah, where the puppet
Peanut.
has a puppet.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know. Who's that? Pepe the Prawn?
Pepe the King Prawn? Pepe the King Prawn is who I had as Chewbacca because I thought it'd be funny.
Because he's small?
Because he's small.
Beaker?
Pepe the Prawn would be Watto, and we all know it.
Yo, no, that's a good one. What did you say?
I said Beaker. What about Beaker?
Beaker?
Oh,
Beaker.
okay. So
Oh,
Beaker,
me.
Yeah.
Beaker is who I had as the Emperor. And so not to like take over. So for Anakin and Obi-Wan, I had Bert and Ernie respectively, just so that battle in the third one, where they Ernie is Obi-Wan and he could be like, "You're my brother Bert."
You're my brother, Bert.
And
I
then
loved you.
Ernie was always so grumpy that like he didn't. But I have Beaker as the Emperor, so that like, you know, when Bert is about to cut off Count Dooku's head, who I originally had as the Count from Sesame
Ooh.
Street, but I switched it to Sam Eagle because of that meme where it's like the picture of Count Dooku where it says signature look of authority, of superiority.
Mm-hmm.
That's just Sam Eagle. And I just picture like Bert's like, I can't, and then Beaker's like, meep meep. And then he just
Meep, meep.
that's the do it.
Oh my god.
Okay, I like that. I saved the Sesame Street characters for the sequel trilogy. I had Elmo as Finn.
That's, let's see, Bert and Ernie, and I have them as that, and then I put the only other person I used from Sesame Street was I used Big Bird as Coyote Mundi for the shot where he dies.
No, for Order 66. No, I don't want him to.
he's like, and then everyone starts shooting him down.
I've got
Go
I've
ahead.
got a character that we need to put. I think we need to put in Star Wars somewhere. Oscar the Grouch.
Would be a good emperor,
Ooh.
but like an actually good emperor.
He would make a good emperor.
Oh
He would
wait,
also
Lando
be good-
Calrissian. The exact opposite type of character. Wait, no, I know
man.
who Oscar the Grouch is. Hands down, in the original trilogy, Oscar the Grouch is Boba Fett.
Oh, that would be good too. I was gonna say in the original trilogy, he's just that monster that grabs Luke in the trash pit.
Oh. You just get a green
I don't know
hand
if that's,
instead.
if that's too on the nose. I put Cookie Monster as every giant monster that tries to eat them.
Oh,
So
that's
like
fair. Like Cookie Monster's the Rancor.
the Sarlacc pit, the
thing
biggest
inside the
fish,
asteroid.
the thing in the asteroid. It's just all Cookie Monster.
It's just all Cookie
when
Monster.
he goes biting at them, he goes cookies.
Cookie. Nom nom nom.
Wait.
Oh,
Okay.
wait. Sequel trilogy, real quick. For the trio for that, I had Elmo as Finn, Zoe as Rey, and what's their name?
Gonzo?
Not Gonzo, because Gonzo's my emperor.
Not Gonzo. Grover, I mean.
Yes,
Super
Grover
Grover.
as Poe. I was gonna say it's the blue one.
The blue one. I thought about putting Super Grover, who wears a helmet, as,
Plo
as
Koon?
the Mandalorian. As the Mandalorian.
Oh, that'd be really funny.
But then I was like, I'm not gonna get into the Mandalorian on here.
Mhm.
I put as all the younglings, all of the Swedish chefs like fruits and vegetables that are like singing and talking.
Oh
and
yeah,
then I put
who should be the Swedish chef be?
I put him as General Grievous.
Ooh,
But
pretty.
and he's got baguettes. I'm listening to my selection. I know that's not how he talks, but oh man.
Okay, so like if we're talking the newer movies or like the sequels, I don't know how we keep calling them, but where all original characters come back. Rosita plays the older Leia. I don't know who would play older Han
Oh.
Solo, but Rosita is Leia because I feel like she's very no nonsense.
Rosita.
Would we want to keep them from our original trilogy?
Mhm.
Because in that case, depending on mine or Isaac, I'd go with Isaac's though for that one, where it's Kermit and Piggy or Han.
And that's actually the reason I really chose Kermit as Han, besides the fact that Han and Leia do a lot of like fighting, and I like like sass, and that's literally Miss Piggy and Kermit. I just picture when spoiler alert, when actually not spoiler alert, but when Han Solo dies, I just picture it's like Kermit on the walkway, and then when he gets stabbed and falls, he's just like,
Wait, so who plays Kylo Ren? I didn't even think about that.
I would even push for Adam Driver.
Okay, that's not a bad idea. Keep Adam Driver
he's
as
so
our
upset
human
all
for
the
the
time.
sequel. Dude, the whole time with the Force dyad, if it's Zoe from Sesame Street as Rey, and Adam Driver has to play to that. Ben Swallow, it's just, and then Zoe.
Yeah, he's just like breaking things and being angry at all these Muppets.
Because he has the range to like turn Kylo Ren into like a kids show villain.
Yeah.
And okay, I like this idea. We're gonna keep one character per trilogy.
Kermit's like, Kylo, please. Ben, please. I have something I have to do, but I need the strength to do it. You can
Come
do
with
it.
me, son.
So I just have a question though too. Snuffleupagus. Is he just Chewbacca the entire time? Or are we keeping Chewbacca?
Oh,
He's
that's
the
a good
mammoth,
one.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Snuffy could be Chewie.
So I had a few thoughts too about Chewie, because my original thought was Sweetums. That's like the big guy with teeth.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like, hey guys.
That was my thought too.
He I also thought about Fozzie Bear. And then I thought about
Fozzie Bear
Rolf.
was my backup emperor.
He would be a good emperor too. I thought about Rolf as Tarful, which is the Wookiee chief, and then like in the third one, and then it would be like Rolf and Fozzie there. But I kind of like the idea of something bigger and more and different than Fozzie as Chewie, because Fozzie talks a lot and Chewie doesn't.
Let's see. Are we missing any major ones? We got Rolf.
There's so many good. I do like.
What's his name? The one that also looks like a kid. Scooter.
Oh. Scooter. You want Scooter? You don't want Scooter as
Chewbacca?
As Chewie is what you're saying.
No, I'm saying are we missing any major? Okay. No, I'm saying are we missing any major Muppets?
What about Rizzo the Rat?
So
he's Qui-Gon Jinn in the original.
Yeah. In mine, I had Rizzo as R2 and Gonzo as C-3PO. Because kind of like how in the movies, the Muppet movies, they like are the narrators. And in Star Wars, R2-D2 is the narrator. I also put Scooter as Luke, but that was just a throwaway because I didn't know where to put either of them.
That's not bad. See, I really like my Kermit is Anakin and then Vader. And then Robin is, his nephew is Luke.
Yeah.
But so we've got our human for the prequel trilogy. We've got Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu. We've got our human for the sequel trilogy as Adam Driver as Kylo Ren. Who do we want to keep in the original trilogy?
It would be funny if just Mark Hamill played Luke again. But it's Mark Hamill now as a grown man. That's just a thought. We don't need that. Or if Lando Calrissian was the human.
I could have Lando, but he's only in the second two.
One.
Yeah, he's not in the fourth one. But I mean, it's not like Mace Windu's really in the first one.
Well, he's there. He's
there for a scene.
We shouldn't have Anakin.
He was always anti-Anakin. That's why his arms got chopped off.
Anakin.
Annie. Alrighty. We've got a jumble. So I think like for a final for Star Wars, we've got our original trilogy, we've got our human, and then we've got potentially, do we like Rizzo the Rat as Qui-Gon or Rizzo the Rat as R2-D2? As a group.
You had Bert and Ernie as R2-D2.
Or Rizzo the Rat as Chewbacca.
I think I like the Bert and Ernie as R2-D2 and C-3PO.
Well, I had Statler and Waldorf as R2-D2 and C-3PO. Which I personally like a lot.
And I had Gonzo and Rizzo as R2D2 and C3PO. They're all so good. I'm looking
So-
at my characters.
Star Wars, we may not be able to come to consensus on Star Wars.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, I think then maybe we should move on to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Specifically, Phase 1 is what we'll probably go into depth on.
And we're not going to go through 22 movies.
Complicated.
No, and then we can hit
Okay,
some highlights for
24.
certain heroes. But all right. So, in the Iron Man movies, what human do you think we're keeping?
Pepper.
Interesting,
Pepper staying the same.
because that's not
In
who
Iron
I
Man?
chose.
Who did you choose?
Maybe. Wait, did you pick Happy?
I picked Happy. And he's in Jon Favreau. In every movie Jon Favreau shows up in,
And
he's
yeah.
he's the
Also,
human.
he directed Iron Man, so maybe he gets that honor of being himself.
So he in my MCU, he is the human in Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home. He's the human in all of those.
Okay. Okay, I like that. I'm okay with that. I love Happy.
I mean,
Oh.
in Spider-Man, I might want MJ as the
Happy Hogan. Also, arguably, if we can really cast all the Avengers, because I'm assuming unless we're keeping very specific humans, in Avengers Infinity War, the one cameo scene from Jon Favreau as Happy Hogan is the human in that whole movie. But I wanted to keep Thanos.
Oh.
So,
Alright.
What are y'all
So what
thinking
are your
for
guys'
casting?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, what are you thinking for casting?
That's exactly.
well, I think Animal should definitely be Hulk, like the Hulk version, not Bruce Banner, but Hulk.
The big one. The big
Yes.
one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should Pepe be the small one because they're the same color?
Actually,
'Cause they're both red.
my
You have a
my
different
thought process for Hulk was Dr. what's his name? Bunsen is Bruce Banner. And then the Hulk is Sweetums.
And Beaker. Oh. It's good too.
Sweetums, the big like
What if Animal is Nick Fury? And he's
I
just
like that.
furious all the time. And it's like just Animal with an eye patch.
Mhm.
See,
Yes,
I was
it's just-
thinking count for Fury because he
You were
already
I
thinking
was
has
Count?
thinking
a
Kermit for Fury.
This is gonna be
Wait.
harder than I thought.
Wait. Quick question. If we're really doing like Avengers, should Nick Fury still be Samuel L. Jackson?
I mean,
That would be
And
pretty
he's our
funny, too.
human
He
for
walks in, he's
every
like,
movie?
There was an idea, and he like walks in, and it's just a room full of Muppets.
There was an idea. We have Fozzie Bear. Oh, I didn't tell you yet. Fozzie Bear is my Iron Man.
Playboy
oh,
billionaire Fozzie.
Yep, Playboy billionaire Fozzie.
He
okay.
does crack the most jokes.
He does, which is why I went with that.
is
Hey, wait, real quick, can we get the obvious one out of the way?
What one?
Sam Eagle is Captain America.
Honestly, I was saying, oh shoot, Rolf as Captain America.
Why?
You said Rolf?
Yeah.
Hey
Which is
guys.
interesting because I cast Rolf as Loki.
Oh, there's so many good characters. Well, hold on. Miss Piggy is
Black
Scarlet.
Widow.
I mean, is
Yeah,
Black
clearly
Widow.
Black Widow.
I was gonna say Scarlett
Yes.
Johansson.
Yeah,
She is.
at least
Obviously-
we agreed on one.
We just want to see her in that fit.
Mhm. Wait, to keep with the green theme, should Hulk be Kermit?
Maybe
And it's
Bruce
just a big
Banner
Kermit?
is Kermit. and then Animal is Hulk.
I could see that. You know, I can
I could see
compromise on that.
And Bruce Banner, he's calm and collected when he's normal and kind of timid too. So I think it
Like,
would work for
You
Kermit.
wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
That's my secret, Captain.
I'm always angry. This would be so funny. Like, someone has to make this a YouTube video. Like, just the iconic lines. Like Fozzie the Bear. That man's playing Galaga. Waka waka.
Waka waka.
Waka waka.
Okay.
Who Statler and Waldorf be?
Hmm.
Avengers. Would they be Thor and Loki?
Not until Ragnarok. I don't feel like the vibe's right in any of the movies until Ragnarok.
That's fair.
I don't know who they'd be. Other than just like, I don't know.
What if they were Stan Lee? But like
they were Stan Lee's character?
They just are the Stanley cameo is Statler and Waldorf.
Oh. That would be cute though if the only human was Stan Lee.
Mm-hmm. How about their Wanda and Vision?
They're Wanda and Vision, not Wanda and Pietro.
Pietro? They could also be Wanda and Pietro, but then one of them has to die real quick.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Who's Hawkeye? Is it Scooter? Scooter, because he's so plain compared to the rest of the Muppets. Is it the guy that throws the fish and it comes back?
No. Oh wait, I forgot. Never mind. I know who Thanos is. I actually cast Thanos. And it's Constantine, the evil Russian frog that's just Kermit with a mole.
Yeah. You're not gonna make the Russian never mind. Go ahead.
Oh wait, no, you're right. There are Russian villains. Also, he could be the villain in Iron Man 2, but then we have to make Kermit Iron Man.
Yeah.
Wait, is Constantine the Abomination, but like prior to Serum?
Oh, the Anton. That's not his name, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you guys are gonna hate me for this one, but Coulson is Elmo. Just because
I can see it.
Like I know Coulson dies in Avengers, but he comes back for Shield.
But the way he fanboys over Captain America makes sense.
Exactly, and also his response to like Loki after he shoots the gun, he's like, "I have no idea what this is," and then Loki stabs him, then he shoots him, and he's like, "Oh, that's what it does." Like I see that being Elmo. Like I don't know.
I guess that's what it does. Oh.
Dun dun.
Could you imagine him saying like the whole SHIELD acronym in Iron Man 1? We're the Strategic Homeland Defense, Miss Potts.
What if?
Sorry for my terrible Elmo impression.
Sorry, that's all right. Elmo's what? What if Rolf is Thor?
I like Ralph as Thor.
That works. I'll agree to that.
Oh wait! I know.
We're asking the hard questions.
No, I think Swedish Chef should be Thor because they're both Scandinavian.
Because they're both Scandinavian.
And Thor like doesn't speak
fair.
like the same. Like Thor speaks weird and doesn't get like metaphors and stuff. And Swedish Chef is Thor.
Yes. So does that make the chicken Camilla the chicken?
Camilla the chick is Jane Foster.
Wait, Camilla the chicken is with Gonzo.
Chef. No,
She's
like
with
they're
Gonzo.
No, Camilla the chicken. Yeah, they're married.
Oh, it is Gonzo. Never mind.
Oh, so Gonzo's Hawkeye and Camilla the chicken is his wife.
Is his wife? That's fair. Oh, Gonzo was Hawkeye. It seems nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm trying to place like all the band members, but I feel like they could just play assorted villains throughout the different ones.
Yeah, that sounds right. The big gray villains are.
Yeah. Because Loki could be what is it, Doc? What's his
Dr.
name?
Teeth?
Is it Dr. Teeth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's a giant spider, right? No, he's not a
What?
spider. He just looks weird.
Yeah.
So you've got Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem are the Muppet musical group.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's like the rock band.
And where do we want Beaker?
Me.
I know where I want Beaker. I would like Beaker to play Odin.
You want Beaker to play? he's. It kind of makes sense that one person who speaks unintelligible English is the father of the other guy that speaks unintelligible
Intelligible English.
He he goes to the hammer and he goes me, and then he throws it, and when it lands on Earth, you see that it just says me.
Me. I like that. All right, so do we have all 6 Avengers, and we're keeping Nick Fury as Sam Jackson?
Yes, because we got
I think so.
Hawkeye, Natasha, Cap. Wait, we didn't fully decide on Cap, did we? Or was he Sam the Eagle?
I
I
feel
like
like
Sam
there's.
the Eagle just
Okay.
for the Americanness.
Who did you have?
Although
as,
if we did
What?
who did you have as Cap? Hope.
I had Rolf, just because you get, Cap gives
Mhm.
a puppy dog energy. Slash Chris Evans gives off that vibe. But I'm good with Sam the Eagle being Cap.
If we're gonna talk about later phases, I originally my first thought for Statler and Waldorf was Bucky and Sam.
Yes!
If we're gonna include them,
Oh,
would we
I
like
like it because
Janice?
they're all like the.
Oh, do we want Janice
Ooh.
as Pepper Potts or Jane Foster?
Which one's Janice?
Or
Or
that's a good question.
do we want to cast her
She
as?
is kind of Pepper Potts like.
I feel like Pepper Potts.
Who's Jarvis, the person that will eventually become Vision?
Who's a good iconic voice?
Who's got a good voice? That could be Pepe.
Pepe the Prawn. There we go. Pepe the Prawn will become Vision.
And so Fozzie is like they're talking in his ear, and he's like, "All right, criticals are down to 15%, Mr. Stark."
Mr. Stark.
The
Um,
Cookie Monster be in the
Cookie
Avengers?
Monster. I feel like we got to start casting some villains.
Mm.
Yes.
So we've got who do we have as Loki?
I don't think
'Cause
we
that's-
decided.
Who did we suggest as Loki?
I mentioned Dr. Teeth. I think it should be someone that we're comfortable with watching a lot of content about.
Who's a really sassy one? We've cast a lot of the sassy ones. Grover.
Grover could be.
Oh yeah, and Super Grover is when he's in his when Loki makes that transformation
got
to
his
the
helmet
outfit
on?
with the horns, he becomes Super Grover.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm down for
I
that.
think that's fair.
All right, but can we
Ooh, there's even
cast Abby Kadabi as Lady Sif?
That works for me.
Okay.
Who's Abby? Oh, the little girl one. Okay.
Mhm.
There's so many good Muppets. Wait, what if Cookie Monster is Thanos? And whenever he gets an Infinity Stone, he just goes, "Cookies."
No, but they're not Infinity Stones. They are Infinity Cookies.
They're Infinity Cookies. He's
And
making
they're
the
not
ultimate
power,
cookie.
reality, space, time. They're oatmeal raisin, chocolate chip, peanut butter, white chocolate macadamia nut. Yo, and in the snap, instead of erasing half the universe, they turn all the Muppets into humans. And they have to figure out how to become Muppets again. So for a little bit of Avengers Endgame, a lot of the cast are now humans.
Ah, there you go.
And I got another one. Bunsen is Baron Zemo.
Yo, that's really good. I like that one.
And he's so like, he looks like he could be an evil scientist guy. Not scientist.
I'm just picturing him in Falcon the Winter Soldier in the club just dancing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Who's Walter gonna be then?
Walter. Ultron.
There you go.
Walter is Ultron, the one that looks the
Wait,
least.
no, I feel like Walter
looks
should
most
be
human.
Vision.
I thought Pepe was going to be Vision.
Yeah,
What
Pepe's
is-
gonna be Vision.
I thought Pepe. What if we switched them? Pepe is Ultron, and Walter is Vision.
I could kind of see that, but only because James Spader voiced Ultron, and they give weirdly similar speech vibes.
Yeah.
But also, like, if you're talking about what the other Muppets look like, they look like animals or not human-like, and then Walter is the only one that kind of looks human. So like with the
That's fair.
the
That's fair.
Avengers
Mhm.
cast, they're all human, and then Vision is half robot.
Yeah. Makes sense. Alrighty, do we want to move on to our third franchise?
I'm
Because
good
this
with
one
that.
I thought a
Yeah.
lot about.
Oh no.
So we also wanted to recast Harry Potter with Muppets. Who's your
Time
human
turner.
choice?
Neville Longbottom.
Incorrect.
No, sorry.
Severus Snape is the only human.
I
Thank
thought
you. Thank
that
you.
was-
You also thought it's Snape.
that actually was my first thought yesterday when I was thinking about this. I thought
I-
about
I-
Alan Rickman.
I thought Alan Rickman as Snape would be so funny with all the Muppets, but still like, Mr. Potter.
Because then I also cast Beaker as Neville.
That makes sense. I see that.
Oh, me.
Do we have
Pulling the
Kermit
sword out
as
of the
Harry
hat.
or Ron?
I had him as Harry.
See,
I
I
think
had him
it-
as Ron
it
and
works for
Hermione as
Harry.
Miss Piggy.
That's fair.
Or do you
Ooh.
want, if we have him as Harry, you could put Miss Piggy as Jenny. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Then who would Hermione be?
Oh, no, I got this. So Ron is Gonzo and Hermione is Camilla the chicken.
I'm okay with that. Okay. Dumbledore.
Is,
Who is
I was gonna say, is Rosita McGonagall?
I could see that. I thought Dr. Bunsen Honeydew is Flitwick.
Okay. What about
Oh,
Count as Dumbledore?
the Count is Dumbledore?
Yeah.
A one.
Um,
Oh, Statler and
I feel
Waldorf
like
are just
the
every
Count would
picture.
play.
Every
Oh,
moving
that's
portrait.
perfect.
It's
I was
just
gonna-
Statler and
I
Waldorf.
was gonna say they're the ghosts, but it works for that too. Actually, no. The nearly headless Nick can be the guy that throws the fish because he actually wears like the thing around it, like the.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Yes.
Well, because you gotta have Bert and Ernie as Crab and Goyle.
That works.
Oh yes,
So who's
that
Malfoy?
works.
I put Rizzo the rat.
Oh, I was thinking
He's a
Oscar the
rat.
Grouch.
I kind of like Rizzo
Oscar
because
the Grouch is
no.
Filch.
I could see that.
Oscar
Yeah,
the
that
Grouch
works.
would be a good Filch.
Oh, and Sweetums is Hagrid.
Yes.
I had that. I had a similar thought.
I like
He's
that one.
sweet. He's big.
We should have started with Harry Potter, apparently.
Yeah, we apparently agree a lot more on the Harry Potter one. Harry Potter one.
Oh, Animal
Okay.
is Seamus.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can see that perfectly. Who's Voldemort?
Constantine, the evil frog.
Yeah, that would
The
work
evil
if
frog?
Kermit is Harry.
If Kermit's Harry, then Constantine is Voldemort.
I feel like Elmo would be a good Colin Creevy.
I could see that.
Colin Creevy. Oh, that's so sad. I'll tell you, I'm happy they never showed Colin Creevy die in the movies.
I thought it was his younger
would've
brother
broke me.
that died in the movies, but
They I think they both die,
Okay.
which is even sadder. Who's the Dumbledore?
So Hope said the Count, but
Yeah.
I don't inherently agree with. But I was also
Big
thinking
Bird.
I was thinking Sam the Eagle.
That would be nice, because he's old.
Yeah, that's why. Otherwise, it's like
Cookie Monster.
I had Cookie Monster as the basilisk.
It's just the big things that eat.
Yeah.
Oh, so Janice should be Professor Trelawney.
Yes. Oh, that's a good one.
We should let's see.
Abby
What
Kadabi
if
is
Dr.
Luna.
Teeth?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. What if Dr. Teeth is Gilderoy Lockhart?
Yeah. Oh, we gotta cast all the Weasleys.
No.
Okay.
I don't know. We
So-
have enough Muppets for Weasleys.
There's enough Muppets. Alrighty. I have a list right here. Except they don't all have pictures.
Yeah. Who's gonna be
Oh,
Fred
wait,
and
no.
George?
Okay. Fred
We've
and
used
George.
all our pairs.
We could say Fred and George are Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah, I
And
was gonna
just-
say, that makes better sense.
Oh, but what one's Fred?
Statler.
I don't want to think about it. Statler is.
Let's
I
see.
feel like who would Zoe be? I keep going to Ginny, but like that seems wrong.
Lavender Brown.
Lavender Brown.
Just a little obnoxious.
What about
Yeah.
what if what about Cho Chang?
Cho Chang. Pepe the King Prawn.
Who would be
What-
Cedric then?
Walter would be Cedric. That's what he gets
That-
for looking like a human.
That works. Walter is Cedric. What other major characters are we forgetting? Like in terms of Harry Potter?
Big Bird, Grover. We didn't
Did
cast
we-
Oscar yet, I don't think.
Did we do a McGonagall?
I thought we did.
Did we?
We
set
did.
on
You
one?
said it's
Rosita.
Rosita, yeah.
Rosita. Major characters. Obviously,
Oh,
there's whatever
Rolf the
Defense Against the Dark
dog?
Arts teacher is.
I know who we should cast
Is-
as Rolf the dog.
Is it
Who?
Sirius Black?
It is Sirius Black.
I was just thinking about that because at first I was thinking about doing him for Lupin, but I was like, wait, it's Ralph the dog.
If we hadn't already cast Animal, I'd say we'd do the similar thing that we did for Banner
Hulk.
to Hulk and to make Animal the werewolf. But I don't think we can do that.
Wait, who's Fozzie Bear? We haven't done Fozzie Bear yet.
Oh yeah, who's the comedian of Harry?
Is it Arthur Weasley?
Oh, Fozzie Bear is Arthur Weasley.
Yeah.
I think that's cute. I was about to make him Harry's dad, and I said, no, I'm not going to waste his character on that.
Wait. Okay, I know we said Animal is Seamus, but what about Beaker as Seamus?
I
Because
thought
Beaker
Beaker was
Beaker's
Neville.
Well, I thought because Beaker gets things blown up in his face all the time, just like
That's fair.
Seamus.
That's fair.
That is fair.
Instead of me dad's a muggle, mom's a witch, it's me, but with a Scottish accent.
What about Floyd and Zoot?
What?
Those are the other two guys from the Electric Mayhem.
Oh,
Floyd Pepper.
Bill and Charlie Weasley.
Who's Percy then?
Bobo the bear.
Scooter.
Actually, yes, Scooter.
He's Scooter. And he deserves it. Oh, man. Who did we make Rizzo?
We cast Rizzo.
Because
Oh,
if we haven't, can I say Mad Eye Moody?
that works. Also, have we cast Pepe the King Prawn?
I thought we did. I don't remember
I
who
s-
now.
I said that as a joke, and I
Oh,
didn't think we
okay.
actually got it. But now I know who.
Wait,
You-
no, I lied. Didn't we say?
we should have been writing this down because I have my own
'Cause-
list, but I don't have
'cause
our
we had-
master list.
Wait, no, because I said Rizzo was Mad Eye, but we already said Rizzo was Draco.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pepe the King Prawn as Mad Eye? Because I was going to put
Mad
Pepe
Eye.
the King Prawn, but make it Pepe the Queen Prawn, and it's Bellatrix Lestrange.
Mm.
Because I don't have anyone else for Bellatrix.
The Swedish chef.
As
that
Bellatrix?
dude, the crazy guy that just blows things up with TNT.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? His like got crazy eyes.
Well, there's also apparently like
Also,
a two-headed monster that like it teaches cooperation while speaking in baby-like gibberish, but with heavy accents.
Wait, I know we said Sweetums was
Hagrid.
Hagrid, but do you know the bear that is like?
Yeah, Bobo the Bear.
Is that the
Yeah.
guy? Yeah.
Hmm
That should be Hagrid.
I feel like he
I
makes a
thought
really good Hagrid.
It could be Grop.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Aw.
what if we made Sweetum someone unexpected? Like he plays Peter Pettigrew as Scabbers the entire time, and like whatever like in the third one when they're talking about Peter Pettigrew, he's like, but and then he doesn't change at all when they turn him into a human. He's just like, oh.
What? They just put like a hat on him or something like that?
He's been your rat for 12 years.
You slept in my bed.
And then
Still
that
one of
way,
the biggest plot holes of the entire freaking book series.
I know. Oh, wait. Who is Dolores Umbridge?
I don't think we can cast her as anyone. That would be cruel and unusual punishment to the Muppets.
No, we got to do this.
Unless
We
you
gotta
did
do it.
what my background, the Muppet Wizard of Oz did with the Wicked Witch of the West and Glinda, is Miss Piggy played both. And I don't know if there was like technically a difference because it's been a while
Is there?
between like which Miss Piggy played with Glinda or the Wicked Witch of the West.
There is that like there's that other pig that is similar to Miss Piggy, but she's like I'm not saying that she smokes, but she's like, okay, my name, blah 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 blah. I forgot her name, but I think she like has and
I'm looking it up right now because I knew what you're talking about.
Because at one point I think she's Fozzie's manager when he's running the things. Let's see, pigs. Oh yes. Sorry, that sounded weird. There's a lot of pigs. Dr. Julius Strange.
Annie Sue?
It's not Annie Sue who I'm thinking of.
Lydia?
No, it is. Oh gosh, there's so many. Miss Poogie.
Miss Poogie? That's a name?
Yeah, Poogy.
Well, that's our Dolores Umbridge.
All right, there we go.
And
Miss Piggy's gruff counterpart.
just like Constantine. So perfect. So we've got the opposite of like Harry, which is Constantine plays Voldemort. And then the opposite of Miss Piggy, so Ginny for some reason plays Umbridge. Perfect. Are two major villains of the
It works.
series. Alrighty, well, I think that's about as much as we're gonna get. I know there's probably a lot more we could do. I hope everyone enjoyed that and or was insanely frustrated because there's very obvious casting choices we missed. But yeah,
Yeah,
alrighty.
shout
Well,
us out. Tell us better things.
yeah,
Yeah.
call us out. Tell us for what we could improve upon with our Muppet castings when we pitch these to Disney and Universal. Um, because Disney owns the Muppets, but we need the other properties as well.
Yep.
So, as always here on Raving Geeks, we like to end with some recommendations for our viewers, whether that be movies, video games, comics, or anything else geeky. Would either of you like to start?
I'll go. All right. So my family and I watched, minus my mom because she doesn't watch them, but we watched the prequel to the Kingsman Secret Service movies, The King's Man.
Mm.
That one was absolutely amazing. Threw in a couple twists that like we all went, oh, did not see that coming whatsoever. Also the fact that the movie is very historically accurate about World War One. They did their research, which I was very happy about. They emphasized the fact that World War One was basically a family feud, with making all your
Hosted by Steve Harvey.
wasn't born yet, but but it was good. It was a lot of laughs. It was a lot of fun. There is, of course, the language. If you're not a fan of dirty language, don't watch it. But yeah, it was a really good movie. I highly recommend it. And you don't need to have seen the other two Kingsman movies to know what's going on, but you will understand where some things come from if you have watched them. So, yeah, that's my
No, I saw it's on because I can finally. I was gonna pay to see it like last month, and I didn't, and I'm happy because now I can watch it for free.
Yes, it's on Hulu and HBO Max.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna watch that later.
Yeah. Okay. My recommendations. Euphoria is fantastic. Been watching it every episode when one comes out on Sunday. Love it so much.
My professor, Ari Burke, he asked us 2 weeks ago now if we had watched the episode. And he was like, if you don't watch Euphoria, what are you doing with your life? And he was very serious about it.
I have not watched Euphoria.
I don't know. It's good. Zendaya does such a good job. And like, there's so much suspense and like, there's suspense, there's humor, but you're like, oh my gosh, this town is crazy. So there's that. I just started watching 9 Perfect Strangers on Hulu with Melissa McCarthy and a host of other actors. That's good so far. Kind of like a little mystery thing going on. Yeah, those are my recommendations. Brendan?
Nice. Well, my partner has recently introduced me to Psych.
It's so good.
Oh yes, it is very good. I wasn't sure I'd like it, and then like having the first episode, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch every
good.
season of this.
Gus
movies.
is so good.
Watch all the movies too.
And the movies, yes, they're also on Amazon
Yes.
Prime. So those, and with Diabolical coming out and season 3 coming out later this year, I have to recommend The Boys because I got my partner to watch that. That was we're like, okay, we both need to give each other a show to watch, and that's why I gave her, and she gave me Psych. So. Well, that is all we have for y'all today. Thank you for joining us here on Raving Geeks. Make sure you leave a comment wherever you're listening from. Let us know, what Muppets you would have chosen and which franchises you'd like to Muppify. We'd love to hear what you thought about what we talked about today or anything you want to hear us talk about in the future. So feel free to reach out to us on Facebook or Twitter at Raving Geeks, as well as on TikTok, again, at Raving Geeks. And as always, I've been Brendan Valentine alongside my fellow co-hosts.
Hope Guttural.
And I've been Isaac Hunter.
Stay geeky and have a great weeky, everyone. So long.